Okay, reviewing this landing page here for uh, looks like a book, although it's not clear. It's called indexfundinvestor.eu. The headline is Learn How to Invest While Living in Europe. I think that is pretty clear. Uh, then there is a good amount of text. I don't see a call to action so far. So far, I don't know that I'm actually buying something or if it's just a blog post. Then I see a book cover. So I think this book cover should be moved to the top of the page, and then there should be a button underneath the cover to buy the book. Uh, it has some details about the chapters, which is good. Um, However, one of the things that I have learned in my sort of landing page do's and don'ts is that tell the potential reader um, what problem this book will solve for them. How would this book benefit them? What pain point will it address for them? Instead of listing out the features of the book, list the benefits, which is a common advice for landing pages. Uh, then there is some more text explaining different videos and what they are about. Uh, so it's not clear to me if this is part of the book or not. There's more text, and then there's a description of, and then finally we have a call to action, a button to actually buy something, and a description of what that will include. And then there's a different edition which is cheaper, and yet another one that's yet cheaper. And then there's a way to get a free chapter of the book. I really like the sequencing of the call to action buttons. So the primary one is the one that you prefer the reader choose, and then okay, if not that, then this one, and if not this one, then this one, and then if you're not ready to buy anything, then how about getting something to read for free, which might help you decide to come back and buy something. So I think this is the right recommended way of doing it. In terms of if you have multiple call to actions, you want to list the primary one first and make it a little bit more prominent. So even better, I think it could be that this buttons are a different color, and this is like green, and this one's a little bit less desirable color or something. That could help. And then there is looks like some sort of testimonials, and this is exactly what I have done in the past, but really the advice is to have the person's name and maybe even a picture um, more prominent, some visuals, and then uh, the quote should be about um, why they bought this book and what it helped them with. And then there are some FAQs, which is fine. This content I think is important, like who is this book for and who isn't it this book for. So this probably should be uh, further up on the page somewhere. And more FAQs. And then more about the person. I think having this information also is important depending on where you're sharing this and if you're already a known person in those communities or not. I think I tend to do this as well, is not talk about myself in my landing pages, but from a buyer's point of view, and they want to have some way of knowing if they can trust you, and then therefore they need to know who you are, who's the person behind this book, and that helps with establishing trust, which is required to make a sale. And having a call to action to subscribe and get a free chapter is good here. Although, from the advice that I have read, I would wonder if it makes sense to put the buying of the